Back inside our studio, due to inclement weather on the diamond this week, we bring you another edition of the Scouts Report in our original setup, presented to you by the New York Professional Scouts Association. I'm Joey Jarzynka. Episode number 5 showcases our late friend and former Baltimore Orioles Director of Scouting, Tom T-Bone Giordano. T-Bone worked in baseball for so long that he held numerous titles with several different teams all the way until he got sick. The Newark, New Jersey native started his baseball journey after making the East Side High School boys varsity team. First of all, Tom was born as Carmine Arthur. He would go on to legally change his name to Tom in 1947 because, quote, Tommy is an American name, according to his daughter Gail. And we can thank our good friends at Society for American Baseball Research because of the article that they did on T-Bone. So Tom's father, Patsy, wasn't initially on board with his son playing baseball. Why? Because his son Tom, at the time, had to work in the family grocery store. So once Tom began showing promise at shortstop and in the batter's box, his father, Patsy, began to accept the fact that his son would go on to be a figure in organized baseball. How did T-Bone come to fruition, one may ask? Well, we've heard of the T-Bone steak, haven't we? Well, funny how we bring that up. Prior to every game, Tom would be fed, quote, a big T-bone steak, and the nickname would live on nearly a century later. T-Bone would make his major league debut on September 11, 1953, at the age of 27, as a member of the Philadelphia Athletics organization. Following numerous opportunities as a player in the minor leagues and managerial roles throughout his baseball career, he would then take his talents to Savannah, Georgia, in a completely different role, as a teacher. Yes, a school teacher. The significance of his time in the Peach State is that he would also be a player as well, in addition to teaching. In 1956, he became a playing manager for the Milwaukee Braves organization, then returned to the Kansas City Athletics 2 years later as a minor league manager. Then, in 1959, T-Bone would come back here to the tri-state area and become, get this, a gym teacher and a baseball and a basketball head coach right here on Long Island in Copiague. Eventually, he would become the high school's athletic director. T-Bone did a complete 180 there, you'd think, but not really, because the whole time he was a part-time scout and remained in Major League Baseball. He was also a full-time teacher, as we said. So there would be times that he would be able to take some unpaid long road trips because scouting simply did not pay enough to live off that single paycheck. In 1976, his career would once again do a 180 as T-Bone went from Copiague, Long Island to the Baltimore Orioles. New York's Newsday had this perfect headline for his departure. Quote, from Copiague to the Orioles, Tom Giordano, athletic director at Copiague High School, is leaving at the end of March to join ... the Baltimore Orioles as head of player procurement and scouting, end quote. Pretty cool stuff. Just 2 years later, as the aforementioned director of scouting for the Orioles, under his watch, he would recommend to Baltimore to draft some guy, random guy, named shortstop Cal Ripken Jr. It was safe to say that was quite a recommendation, don't you think? The Havre de Grace, Maryland native was drafted in the second round of the 1981 Major League Baseball draft, and was obviously no stranger to Baltimore or the state of Maryland. Why? Because his father, Cal Sr., was also a coach and a player for the Orioles. Oh yeah, of course, and his family called Aberdeen home as well. Junior would burst onto the scene, to say the least. Have you ever heard of anyone making the All-Star game 19 times? Yeah, of course, Hank Aaron 25 times, but that was a long time ago. Stan Musial, Willie Mays, of course 24 times, but Ripken Jr. was pretty damn close. He also went into the 3,000 hit club, and to no one's surprise, would find himself in the Baseball Hall of Fame. That was inevitable, and he would be enshrined in 2007. Let's take a look back at a couple of clips from Ripken's Hall of Fame career spanning from 1981 to 2001.
And we'll get Cal Ripken to the plate amidst another standing ovation and the flurry of the camera work. Close to deep left. Spencer, track, wall. See you later. He knows how to bring a house down, doesn't he?
Well, that's exactly why Terry Crowley is saying he may be retiring, but he's not done. Quick swing. I mean, he's short to the bat. 4-0 Orioles. And a curtain call.
Here is Cal Ripken, the infield in on the right side. Cal launches one to left field. Down the line. That one is gone. A home run. Cal Ripken with a 3-run shot down the line on the first pitch, and Baltimore has scored 5 times. Number 390 in the illustrious career of number 8, Cal Ripken. Cal lines it into right field. Will Clark waiting to see if it's caught, and he'll be stopped at third base as Jordan throws in. That one is hit a long way, and Ripken has done it again. His second home run of the night. Number 391 lifetime. It is now 11-0 Orioles, and Ripken is 3 for 3 with 2 big flies. And he is getting an ovation from the enemy crowd, and many stand. Ooh, off the glove of McGlinchey, but that is going to go for another base hit for Ripken.
1989.
No, 85.
Oh, 85.
Yeah. Cal rips one. Deep left center field. Jones going back. That one is up against the wall. Amaral scores, and Conine stops at third, and Ripken's got his 4th 5-hit game. And here at Turner Field in Atlanta, they are standing on their feet and saluting the Iron Man, Cal Ripken, having a night to remember. That is hit number 6 for Cal Ripken. And those who are left in this crowd of better than 45,000 offer yet another ovation for the Orioles star in Atlanta. Well, they came to see Cal, and they saw a lot more perhaps than they ever would have imagined. The first time in his career that Cal Ripken has had 6 hits.
Ripken Jr. would go on to secure numerous awards that would include an Ironman streak of 2,632 consecutive games played. This would become a major league record and has yet to be broken to this day, and possibly may never be done. A 2-time American League Most Valuable Player Award in 1983 and 91. He would also be an 8-time Silver Slugger Award winner, AL Rookie of the Year winner in 1982. He would also show off his defensive skills and get recognized league-wide by earning a pair of back-to-back Gold Gloves in 91 and 92. Oh yeah, that's right. No one is ever going to wear number 8 with the Baltimore Orioles organization ever again. Ripken and T-Bone would be a part of the 1983 World Series championship squad, as we just mentioned. T-Bone's time in the DMV area would last another 4 years until 1987, till he moved to Ohio and go with the Cleveland Indians until 2000. Continuing his career in the game of baseball, it would take him in different roles. Giordano would take his talents to the Lone Star State and work for the Texas Rangers from 2001 to 2015. Some roles would include scouting director, player development executive, and assistant to the general manager. His final scouting gig would land him back where it all began for him, in Georgia with the Atlanta Braves, until his passing in 2019. Back in 2016, the Associated Press spoke to T-Bone about his, at the time, 69th season in the big leagues. Let's listen to one of our original Hot Stove members and 1978 AB Turk Carom Award winner.
I can't wait to get up in the morning and go to the ballpark, or go to a ballpark, or go see a ball play, or see a ball game. I feel honestly that I still have enough of good talent to continuously help an organization. I love being with people. I love being with people that love doing the same thing I'm doing. And I love the ability to be competitive with my colleagues here. The best player I ever saw was Joe DiMaggio. He just single and he thought he could make a double. He goes sliding with a big hook slide and the second base is safe. I never saw him dive for a ball in the outfield. He was always under the ball. Hank Peters taught me this when I first started scouting for him. Get in the house. See what kind of furniture they have in the house. See how many cars are in it. See what kind of a dad. Does he drink? Does he smoke? Is there any problems in the house? Get to know that family. I love doing that kind of work. And apparently, I'm still in baseball, so I must have been doing a pretty good job.
Giordano would be recognized by his peers in 2007 as Major League Baseball's East Coast Scout of the Year. He would also register 71 total years in organized baseball, both as a player, scout, executive, etc., all of the above, and was at one point the oldest scout in all of Major League Baseball. Copiague High School also has named their varsity boys baseball field in honor of T-Bone as well. That's your Scouts Report for this week, presented to you by the New York Professional Scouts Association. Stay tuned for next week's Highlighted Scout and where we'll hopefully be traveling to next week, weather permitting, right here on the Pro Scouts social media channels. For all of us here at the Eastern Observer, the Scouts Association, and the Blackjack Media Group, I'm Joey Jarzynka. We'll see you next time.